Hey folks, so today's video is day number 3 using the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Today I wanted to use the green in the palette and just bring you guys another look that I feel is very easy for everyone to replicate and to do. But I feel like this is definitely a palette that is just easy to use, grab and go, do something quick and head out the door. Okay, so the shadows that I'm using today are more on this side of the palette, and so I'm using the eyelid color, which is the green. I'm going in with a little bit of this sort of club blue-brown kind of color. When I put it in the crease, it does a thing where it almost makes like a warm brown as opposed to that sort of like bluey green kind of color. And then I'm taking a little bit of the brow bone color just as a highlight. And that's it. So just those three. Again, a very easy look. I feel like this palette is definitely one that is just sort of designed more for easy looks because none of the colors in this palette are really matte at all. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a darker look later on this week. Brushes, I'm using 3, so I'm just using a MAC 239 to apply the green all over the lid. Going in with a fluffy crease brush just to put it in the crease, and then just another sort of fluffy brush to add a little bit of brow highlight. Okay, so then first I'm going in with that green just on the paddle brush. This is going to go all over my eyelid. Just sort of pack that on. And then just picking up a little bit of green on the fluffier brush, and I'm just using that to just blend itself out. Because these shades in this palette aren't all matte, they just blend out really well. I feel like they're really good one lid colors that you can just put on, blend it out just a little bit, put on mascara and leave. So that's one thing I really like this palette for, is I just feel it's easy. And from there I'm actually just going to take my finger in this bottom color. This is going to be just my inner corner shade. Just add a little bit of something different to this look. You could very well not do this. You could add in the brighter brow bone color, but you guys know me. I kind of like to do things a little bit differently and add a little bit of visual interest to a look, make it a little bit different. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that shade on the fluffy brush, dust it off, and then this is going to go right into my outer corner of my eye, and then just work that up into the crease. And they blend together really, really well, so it should be very easy to blend those together. And then I'm just going to take that small paddle brush again after I've sort of dusted the color off, and I'm going to take that bottom shade, and this is going to get applied just underneath my lashes. And then I find the more you really build up this color is when it sort of shifts into that blue-green kind of tone. So I'm just going to build it up a little bit more on my lower lashes, just to get that effect. And then from there, I'm just going to take that other brush that we had on hand, and I'm going to dip into this sort of silvery brow bone color. And I'm just going to very lightly apply that just right on the high point of my brow, just underneath my eyebrow as a little bit of a sheen there. Alright, so then for the rest of the face, my contour, I'm using NYX Taupe Blush. For my blush, I like pairing peachy tones with green, so I just feel like Milani's Luminoso would be best for that. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that. Now, my face right now is looking awesome. I got a little bit of like natural shine coming through, which for somebody who has dry skin, and if you have dry skin, trust me, taking care of your skin with a really good skincare routine and then finally getting it to the point, some people may consider it oil, but getting it to the point where it has its own natural sheen and I don't look like a fucking desert is amazing. I'm like, let me be oily for a couple days. Like, I don't mind. It gives so much like youthfulness to the skin that I don't really want to blot it or powder it at all. I'm just gonna let it be because it's just, this is what I use skincare for, to not be dry. And then for my highlight, I'm gonna use MAC's Vanilla Pigment. This is like my OG highlighter. I've used this shit for years. And I'm just going to apply a bit of that just right on top of the cheekbones. Still a beautiful highlight. It's one of my favorites, and I think this is probably what I'll end up wearing to my wedding, just because I've used it for so many years and it never lets me down. And then for lip, I'm going to do kind of like a rusty tone. I'm using Lime Crime's Riot. This just happens to be one of my favorite sort of rusty, peachy, I don't even know what kind of color this is. So then with the lips applied, this is the finished look. Definitely wanted to do a look using the green in there just because it is like a really nice sort of pop of color in this palette. I just think it's really well thought out and I like this palette. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this week because this is a definite buy in my opinion. Like, I think everyone needs this. So yeah, tomorrow and Friday I'm going to try to focus on using some of the darker shades. They may be a little bit more like vamped up looks. Definitely want to do a look using just this shade here, add in some darker shades, do maybe like a smoky eye using this dark shade here, just so you guys know what to expect. But yeah, hopefully everyone is doing good, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!